Hello Galactic family. Now is a perfect time to set the energetic tone for how you want to start 2017. This is done with awareness and intention, you deliberately deciding what kind of experience you want to have. Yes, there are many strange things going on out there in the world, but you can consciously choose your answers. An example is hope. At the core of your being, you are hopeful and full of light. This part of you can overcome any challenge and remain confident that all will be well. This hope of response has a palpable energy. She rises and gives him the courage to prevail and persist. It helps you to succeed, and to see success even in the so-called failure. When you connect with hope, a grounded spiritual form is like an elixir of heaven. In this article, I outlined some ways to connect with your own hope reservoir and become more resourceful for what will come next. When you read, invite your inner wisdom to show you what is relevant to your life. Ask understanding and knowledge of the divine time in all things. Much of madness and uncertainty 2016 is continuing, while we in the void of not having knowledge of the next chapter. In fact, as you may have noticed, this void has very unusual energies now. We really have not witnessed anything like this in our lives. We had unforeseeable events before, but the sheer number of them occurring simultaneously is unprecedented. When you read, invite your inner wisdom to show you what is relevant to your life. Ask understanding and knowledge of the divine time in all things. Much of madness and uncertainty 2016 is continuing, while we in the void of not having knowledge of the next chapter. In fact, as you may have noticed, this void has very unusual energies now. We really have not witnessed anything like this in our lives. We had unforeseeable events before, but the sheer number of them occurring simultaneously is unprecedented. When you read, invite your inner wisdom to show you what is relevant to your life. Ask understanding and knowledge of the divine time in all things. Much of madness and uncertainty 2016 is continuing, while we in the void of not having knowledge of the next chapter. In fact, as you may have noticed, this void has very unusual energies now. We really have not witnessed anything like this in our lives. We had unforeseeable events before, but the sheer number of them occurring simultaneously is unprecedented. While we were in the void of not having knowledge of the next chapter. In fact, as you may have noticed, this void has very unusual energies now. We really have not witnessed anything like this in our lives. We had unforeseeable events before, but the sheer number of them occurring simultaneously is unprecedented. While we were in the void of not having knowledge of the next chapter. In fact, as you may have noticed, this void has very unusual energies now. We really have not witnessed anything like this in our lives. We had unforeseeable events before, but the sheer number of them occurring simultaneously is unprecedented. January, a fundamental month. As a result, the month of January will be crucial in determining many new directions. This is happening out there in our world, but also in ourselves. It is vital that we are awake to the process and in charge of our own lives. No matter how uncertain or bleak things seem, we must remain hopeful and take action to create new beginnings in our lives. New beginnings are unfolding around us, in the external world. There will probably be a great sense of anticipation, intensity and concern in society as people respond to events. Many things are happening, are beyond our individual control. On what we control, however, is our answer. No matter how strange things occur, the key is to find our balance and choose the high spirit way. When we do this, we connect with the energy of hope in our essence. detaching many skins. It is likely that you feel like you have a lot of loose fur this year. It was a time of mega processing, release, and to try new approaches to living your best life. Some of his experiences may have had a reception or indifferent result. Others may still be impregnating, not yet mature. Still others may be fully formed, but cannot be raised because the time is not yet adequate. What is stored for January? Here are some highlights of what is stored for January. First, it is the beginning of a new year, with the energy of new beginnings in the air. This will probably be different in this January because of unpredictable events and tension of not knowing how things will be revealed. Personal tips: pay attention to what's going on, but pay more attention on the management of its own energy and emotional reactions. You may need more sleep or more frequent refueling to stabilize when so much stress is in the air. Do the best you can to avoid taking things personally being a neutral observer. Return to your center often to be reminded of what really matters to you, and to feel the hope in their essence. Second, we are still in Mercury retrograde until the first week of January. This means reviewing issues, to review plans and, sometimes, redo things when they did not go smoothly at first. It is normal to want to be full speed ahead, as the year begins, but with Mercury retrograde, it sometimes can be like traveling in first gear or neutral gear. Mercury tips: if tranquilize and breathe regularly. Remember that you are a quantum, and when you are operating in the quantum case, what needs to happen can be done in a flash time. Do not allow the apparent delays irritate. Trust in divine orchestration. Third, make a note on your calendar, the full moon of January 12th. This will be a powerful full moon in Cancer, with the potential for challenging dynamic and intense emotions. Issues behind the scenes might arise unexpectedly. The best way to work with these energies is to stay grounded and in your heart. Strive to be patient and tolerant. If something comes to a boiling point, energy, consider a break, not to say or do something you might regret later. Other key dates of energy: we have some tense planetary alignments and the Sun coming in Aquarius on January 19th, a day before the U.S. presidential inauguration on January 20th. The next week we will have the new moon in Aquarius on January 27th, taking place the day before the start of the Chinese Year of the Rooster, on 28th January. From the energy point of view, it will be a month of intensity, catalysts for change and challenges in relation to others. Do your best to stay in your center and rally your energy frequently. Take time every day to listen to your inner guidance on actions and time. By entering this potentially groundbreaking year, remember the big picture of why you are here. Remember your role as a divine agent of change. Remember that you are not an accidental tourist who is here by chance. On a soul level, you have a destiny here during these times. The world needs your love, your consciousness and your light. You, as a human being, need to have the conclusions and autoreleases available because of life now. In no other life so far you could do and complete what is now possible. Appreciate it for the opportunity it is. On a daily basis, invite a tangible connection with the energy of hope that is in its essence. Ask to be guided to live your best life.